Howdy there, I'm Dok Deino, and welcome to 5 Dinos, 5 Minutes, where a paleontologist gives you a quick overview of some neat dinos from Jurassic World Evolution 2. While it might look pretty tiny, Sinosauropteryx is a giant in the world of paleontology. The first skeleton, found in 1996, is just a work of art! A complete skeleton surrounded by a halo of feathers with internal organs preserved. And yes, I did say feathers. Locked within these tiny fibers are fragments of keratin and preserved melanosomes, which are pigment-bearing organelles. Sinosauropteryx was just the first in a line of incredible fossils that showed us that many dinosaurs had feathers, both as babies and as adults. Sinosauropteryx in particular was covered in a beautiful coat of orange fluff, complete with a cute little bandit mask, which I am happy to say is in the game. This is genuinely one of the best dinosaur reconstructions I've ever seen, and coupled with just how important Sinosauropteryx is, I figured it'd be a great way to start the series. The rest of the dinos, though, will be chosen at random by this wheel. Up next, Dinosaurs. Coming from the Morrison Formation of North America, Dinosaurs was probably one of the most common prey animals on the landscape. Lightly built and quick, it would have sped around lumbering sauropods and dashed away from packs of bigger predators. While the game says that Dinosaurs is only known from juveniles, that's just wrong. We have plenty of adult skeletons, and we even have 2 species. Dinosaurus altus came first, one of many dinosaurs found during the Bone Wars. Its name comes from O.C. Marsh thinking that it would have been a tree climber. Now that we have more of the skeleton, we know that's not quite right, but it's a fun story. And honestly, I think this is a good rendition of Dinosaurus, if maybe a little too big. Even so, I'm really happy to see it come back from Jurassic World Operation Genesis. The first of many small armored dinosaurs on this list, Wyongosaurus is an early stegosaur, and sadly it's not well represented here. The real Yango was a petite, lightly built herbivore that may have been able to run on 2 legs. It had 2 dainty forelimbs, a weirdly boxy head, and a whole lot of spikes all over its body. The in-game one is chunky? Heck, I'd go so far as to call it pig-like and not in a good way. This one really needs a diet. Anywho, Wyongosaurus comes from the Shashimiao Formation, a place we'll probably return to soon. The Shashimiao would have been a lush woodland, supporting dozens of dinosaur species, including 6 other genera of stegosaurs, 11 theropods, and wait, am I reading that right? 19 species of sauropods? And in this section of 5 Dinos, 5 Minutes, I am obligated to inform you that this is in fact not a dino. Now that all the other pedantic nerds are satisfied, Dimetrodon is a really interesting animal. An early mammal relative, Dimetrodon hails from a weird period of time where everything was growing big sails. Synapsids, reptiles, amphibians, it's like everyone just wanted to show off. And Dimetrodon hunted all of them. Known from over 9 species and found on multiple continents, this ancient hunter was incredibly successful. We have its bite marks on everything. Speaking of which, Dimetrodon is notable for having different sizes of teeth. Small incisors up front, big choppers in the middle, and slicing razors in back. These differentiated teeth are something that most synapsids have going forward, including you. In the game, it's portrayed as low-slung, armored, and hefty, and while it may be a little slow, it's not a bad depiction. While I do prefer to see it with smaller scales, it's not a bad design, just not my taste. Oh boy, I could talk about this thing for hours. And I have. Link to that stream in the description. Dracorex is not a real dinosaur. And I don't mean that it's entirely made up, but it is now known to be the juvenile form of another dinosaur, Pachycephalosaurus. There's a lot of good evidence to back that up, even if I think Dracorex is a better name. In-game, Dracorex is another design that just knocks it out of the park. This is what a juvenile Pachycephalosaurus would look like, and I love it. With that said, if you wanted to be accurate, you'd have it available as a growth stage for the Pachy's. And whenever I put them in my parks, that's how I use them. I hope you enjoyed this pilot episode of 5 Dinos, 5 Minutes. Depending on how well it's received, I'll make another one soon. If you're interested in learning about dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals in a longer format, I have a second channel where I do just that with some friends. We've spent over an hour talking about some dinosaurs. Anywho, that's all for now. Please do the YouTube things, and I'll see you soon.